Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm teacher Ricky. So in today's lesson, I'll be teaching you two skills. First one is estimation. So what is estimation here? Give reasonable estimates for a quantity based on the given reference set and justify the answers. And second skill, it will be round off numbers. Round off whole numbers to the nearest up to million. And then you also need to identify numbers that can be represented by a rounded off number up to the nearest millions. So without wasting our time, let's learn about the first skill, estimation. The first skill is estimation. Now the picture here shown two jars with water ball filled inside it, where the left hand side is shown 20,000, but the right hand side, no. Here, I invited three people to guess or estimate the number. The first person said it should be less than 20,000. Yeah, the water bottle is actually less from the full, right? So the second person said it is nearly half of the jar. And the third person said it should be less than half. So after they think of the number, they wrote it. All right, let us see what they wrote for the answer. The first person guessed 19,526, whereby the second person said it is 10,519, and the third person said 2,254. So which person is correct? The correct estimation of the water balls is 10,519. As you can see, the first person mentioned 19,526. It is impossible. Why? Because 19,000 near to the full already, near to 220,000. So actually the first person is much far away from the estimation. Whereby the second person mentioned 10,519. As you can see from the screen here, the level of the second bottle is something half of the jar, right? It might be correct, but the third person say 2,254 is actually way too far from the half. Therefore, the correct estimation for the bottle is around 10,519 acceptable. Next, the picture shows two tanks filled with water. The left hand side filled with 600,000 ml and the right hand side is unknown. Here, I had invited 4 persons and to estimate the water on the right hand side. So after the 4 persons have a view on the second tank, they try to make a guessing. So first person, he guessed 120,000 ml. The second person, he guessed 580,000 ml. Third person, 280,000 ml. And the last person, 350,000 ml. So which one is correct estimation? Now, if you look at the picture here, the left hand side is full. Now, if I try to divide it into layers, where this is the first layer, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, this is fifth, and this is sixth. So altogether, I divided into 6 layers, right? So as you can see, one layer is actually represent 100,000 ml. As you can see, the water level in the second tank falls between third layer and fourth layer. It's between 300,000 ml and 400,000 ml. Therefore, the correct guessing of the water in the second tank would be 350,000 ml. Next skill is round off numbers. So round off means a number is made simpler by keeping its value intact but closer to the next number. Various places such as tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions is being round off to. For example, 89 is closer to 100 when rounding off to the nearest hundreds. For example, the question said round off 13,231 to the nearest thousand. So in the round off skill, they actually having 3 steps, right? So the first step, you identify the place value of rounding off, and then you underline the digit. The rounding of numbers such as tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, and also millions. This is a place value that you need to identify, and you underline the digit on it. Now the second step is actually determine the number of zeros needed. For example, if it is round off to the nearest tens, you actually need 1 0. Hundreds, you need 2. Thousands, you need 3. 10,000, 4. 100,000, 5. Million, 6 zeros. Right? So the last step, step number 3, actually you need to determine the digit just next to the underlined digit. You determine it whether is it big or small group. So what is big and small? Big here represent 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, where small is actually represents 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If it is in a big group, you add 1 into the underlined digit and remain all the digits here. And small group, you remain all the digits. By using the step, we start from number 1, identify the place value of rounding off and underline the digit. So 13,231. First, identify where is the place value of thousands. So here, this is 1,000. Right? You underline the digit here, thousands here. Next step, you determine the number of zeros needed. So actually 1,000, how many zeros? 3 zeros you needed. So 3 0, 1, 2, 3. Next step, you determine the digit just next to the underlined digit. You check whether is it big or small group. So the number next to the digit is represent 2 here, 2. Yeah, so you check these two whether is it big or small. Now big is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, where small group is actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, 2 is in the group of small here. Therefore, you remain all the digits. What do you mean by remain? You remain this 1 and 3. Just remain. Therefore, the answer 13000, 13,000. Next, round off 528,678 to the nearest 10,000. So first step, you identify the place value and you underline it. So 528,678, you underline the 10,000, which is here. Right? This is 10,000. Second step, you determine the zeros. So for 10,000, you need to label 4 zeros. Okay? You put 4 zeros. And third step, you need to check the digit just right to the underlined one, which is 8 here. You check this. Check whether it is big or small. So you look from the table, 8 is inside big group. Right? 8 is inside big group. Therefore, you need to add 1 into underline place value and remain all the digit here. So what do you mean by add 1? Underline digit here. Here, 2. If you look at here, 2 here, you're going to plus 1. You plus 1 and becomes 3, right? 3. So this 5, it will be remain. Therefore, your answer will be 530,000. 530,000. Yeah. Next example, round off 3,624,187 to the nearest million. Now, first step, you identify the place value and underline the digit. Now, where is the million actually? Is here. Label 3 here. Yeah, this is place value of millions. Now, second step, you determine how many zero you need in million. It's actually 6 zeros. You need 6 zeros for million. So next step, you check the number just right to the underlying digit. Okay, as this case, you have to check 6. Okay, now 6, you check whether is it in big group or small group. Now 6 is actually in big group. Therefore, big group, you need to add 1 into the underlying digit and you remain the digit. Okay, so 3 here, you're going to plus 1. It becomes 4. And you need to remain all the other digit. But don't have any digit here, right? So just write 4. The answer here, 4 million. State 3 numbers which become 600,000 when round off to the nearest 100,000. So this time, given 600,000, but try to guess what number can become it after you round off to 100,000. All right, 600,000 put here. So I underline the 100,000's place value. Okay, here. And I check the digit just right beside it. So this place, you can make it into 2 groups. So the first group, big group, and second group, small group. Now, big group, the place value here, the circle one must be using 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and the small group, this place must be using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to use big group, remember, you must put 1 less than the digit, the underlying digit here. So, for example, here is 6. If you want to use the big group, you must put 5, less 1, right? So, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 9, and X here, any number. Whereby small group here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you exchange here. But the first place must be 6, remain, because small group remain. So everything 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Now the X, you insert any number. Yeah. Therefore, the number that can be used may be 559,123 or 580,025. If you use the small group, it can be used like 601,112 or 638,999. All of these number can become 600,000 when you round off to the nearest 100,000. Now I make a summary of what you have learned today. You have learned about 2 skills. First, you learn how to estimate, and second, you learn about how to round off. Now remember, in the round off here, you have 3 steps. Remember that. First step, you determine the place value and underline it. Second step, you put how many 0 according to the place value. And third step, you check the digit just right to then underline it. Okay, you check whether is it big or small group. If it is in big group, you plus 1 in the underlying digit and you remain the other digits. Whereby small group, you remain all the digit. You no need to do anything. Right? So that's all for my lesson today. I will see you. Bye.